I want to start off by saying that I am not saying that Steph Curry is better than Magic Johnson. I'm not saying that Steph Curry is a greater player than Magic Johnson. I'm not saying Steph Curry is a better point guard than Magic Johnson. Because obviously, Magic is probably the greatest leader that we ever seen in basketball. And Magic Johnson is a 5-time champion. Magic is the greatest facilitator that we ever seen. So I'm not saying that Steph Curry is a greater player than Magic Johnson. I mean, Magic Johnson is a top 5 greatest player of all time. The reason why I would pick, cause I think for everybody, for most people, the greatest starting five of all time probably looks like, okay, maybe Magic at the point, Michael at the shooting guard, you know, LeBron at small forward, and Tim Duncan at power forward, and Shaq at center. You might go Kareem at center. But for me, the reason why that I put I would probably want Steph over Magic is because you got LeBron James. You can play LeBron James. I mean, you can play LeBron James at the point guard if you want to. You can have LeBron James handling the ball, bringing the ball up the court. Because you got LeBron, I don't think you need Magic Johnson. Because again, I'm not saying that LeBron James is a better passer than Magic. I'm not saying LeBron James is a better point guard than Magic. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying LeBron James can do everything Magic can do. Everything that Magic Johnson is known for, playmaking, being a facilitator. LeBron can do all of those things at a high level. That's why in my opinion, if you got LeBron, you don't really need Magic. And obviously, if you got Mike, you got LeBron, you got Tim Duncan, and you got Shaq. You don't have a lot of shooting in that starting lineup. LeBron never been a great shooter. Tim Duncan, you know, is not a 3-point shooter, and Shaq is not a 3-point shooter. Even if you throw Kareem in there, Kareem is not a 3-point shooter. So by having Steph Curry in there, you can't really, because obviously I like Magic Johnson, and people would debate that who's the greatest point guard of all time. I'm gonna say Magic, but the reason why I'm picking Steph Curry to be in the starting lineup for the greatest starting five of all time, just be like, again, and I know I sound kind of crazy saying this because obviously if you have a starting five of all time, like Magic Johnson got to be on that list. And I understand most people probably gonna disagree. I understand most people will probably disagree, but you gotta understand: do you really need Magic if you got LeBron? Do you really need Magic and you got LeBron who can do everything Magic Johnson can do? And LeBron's a better scorer than Magic. That's all that I'm trying to say. Because you don't have, and I understand you don't really need shooting when you got Jordan, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Shaq. You don't really need shooting, but obviously Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. So it really depends on what era you're playing in my opinion. It really depends on if you're playing in today's era. If you're playing in today's era, you're going to need Steph Curry because shooting is everything in today's NBA. But if you're playing in the old school era, maybe some people might want Magic because obviously back in the day, shooting wasn't really a priority like it is now. But yeah, I know most people are gonna disagree, but I'm just saying LeBron James can do like LeBron again. LeBron can handle the ball. He can bring the ball up the court. He can facilitate. He can find the open man, just like Magic Johnson. You can have LeBron James running the show. You can have LeBron, like I said, you can have LeBron James, being that point guard. That's why I say you don't really need Magic. But I'm not. I mean, again, I mean no disrespect to Magic Johnson. Magic is one of the greatest players we ever seen, and I know I'm probably disrespecting him by not putting him on the all-time team, the greatest starting five of all time. But I just, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. You know, would you take Steph or Magic in the? Because obviously it comes down to for the point guard. Obviously, people. I hear people talking about Isaiah Thomas. I hear people talk about John Stockton. And obviously, those are great players. But for me, when you talking about the greatest starting five of all time, it comes down to for the point guard position and like with small forward position, you can take Larry Bird over LeBron. Like there's so many different like I say Steph at point, Michael, LeBron, Tim Duncan, and Shaq. You can easily take Magic, Kobe, Bird, Karl Malone, Hakeem. So like there are so many different starting fives that you can do, and it would be great because I mean all these great players. I mean, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know if you would take Steph or Magic in the for the greatest to be your point guard in a all time starting five, the greatest starting five of all time. Let me know who y'all think is the greatest starting five of all time in the comments.